you guys for coming to the Wine and Cheese place for our Tullamore Dew Master Class. My name is Tim Burkhart. I am the local district manager for William Graham Sons. I am not the Tim you guys all came to see. But I did, before I introduced the one you did came to see, our rock star, Mr. Harold, I did want to talk about the family that owns this brand. Like I said, I work for William Graham Sons, and what does that really mean? Well, 125 years ago, at the tender young age of 47 years old, William Graham left the Morlock Distillery in Dufftown, up in the Bayside region of Scotland, to build his own distillery. He took 7 sons, took his 2 daughters, he took 1 stonemason, and it took him 1 year to build the Glenfiddich Distillery, which is now the #1 selling single malt scotch in the world globally. 5 years later, he bought himself a little townhouse, a little colonial home, about 300 yards away from the Glenfiddich. And everyone in Dufftown was really excited and said, "Oh, William Graham's doing so well with Glenfiddich, he bought himself a nice little summer place." Within a year, that became the Balvenie, single malt scotch distillery. 125 years later, we fast forward to about 3 years ago. Our company has grown in size and went from a huge wine importer of French, Spanish, Italian wine to a huge spirit manufacturer with brands like Hendrick's Gin, Sailor Jerry Spice Rum, Milagro Tequila. We are the agency for Soulish Night Vodka in the United States. And it was about 2.5 to 3 years ago that we made the major purchase of the Tullamore Dew. So we still have the only 2 Scotch distilleries in all of Scotland out of 100+ distilleries to be owned by the original founding family, and we are now have the only Irish distillery still owned by a family, which is extremely important to how we do our business. Very handcrafted, very carefully done. We don't answer the stockholders, we answer the family members and grandchildren of William Graham that are still running our company today. They're in the 5th generation. And actually, just recently, about 2 months ago, William Graham's granddaughter, original granddaughter, was still alive, at 110 years young, Janet Roberts. Lee Janey, unfortunately, passed away, but at 110 years. Amazing what she has seen throughout her life. So, without further ado, that's all you have for me. If you have any questions about the family or about some of our other brands, flag me down. But I'd like to introduce our one and only Tullamore Dew ambassador. We have several ambassadors for all of our brands around the U.S. We only have one for the Tullamore Dew. So it's a very special occasion to bring him in. And thank you very much to Wine and Cheese for letting us come here tonight and drink a little whiskey with you. So please, round of applause, Mr. Tim Harold.
All right, thanks for the intro there, Tim. Fair play. You know, you've done a good job of building me up. It's great to be here at Wine and Cheese. I'm delighted to be here. I'm in the very lucky role of being Tullamore Dew brand ambassador for the US. So what that means is I basically go coast to coast and all in between, always with a bottle of Tullamore Dew. Sometimes it's full, sometimes it's not so full, but I always have a bottle. So it's nice to make our way to St. Louis. Very excited to be here. We're here for the Irish Festival in St. Charles on tomorrow morning, actually, or tomorrow day. So it's a good time to be here. So thanks to Wine and Cheese for having me along and getting to introduce or maybe reintroduce it to Tullamore Dew. So just a show of hands, has anyone tried Tullamore Dew before? All right, okay, so good news. I was planning to. Has anyone been to the whiskey tasting before? All right, so a couple. We know what we're doing over there. Again, I've been to one too as well. And yeah, basically, it's I moved over tomorrow. I'm there in November. Be the Tullamore Dew brand ambassador. So I always like to. I still have a couple of Irish phrases in me. So if I spit out one and you're not quite sure what that means, I'll do my best to translate it. So one of the most, when I started doing this, I always used to go, what's the story or what's the crack? People would look at me, what do you mean, what's the crack? Basically, in Ireland, the crack is the phrase of what's the fun, what's the story, what's the tale of the day. So in Ireland, it's actually probably one of the only countries in the world you can go up to the police and go, any crack? And you won't get arrested. So yeah, just to bear that in mind. Just asking what's the fun in it. So and I do hope you pick up on my Irish accent because I'm kind of in the delicate position that this might be true, but I'm fearful that if I lose my Irish accent, I might get deported by Tim here himself. Like he'll drive me to the airport. So either that or I'll become a bourbon ambassador. You never know. We could be here in a year's time and I have a bottle of Woodson bourbon instead of a bottle of Tullamore Dew. So yippee-ki-yay, you know, that kind of stuff.
stuff. But no, of course not going to get that perfect job after all. But guys, just to give you a little bit of a play what we're going to do, I'm going to give you a little bit of a history of Tullamore Dew Irish whiskey. We're definitely going to raise a couple of glasses with a couple of toasts, explain to you what's going on in those glasses. But if at any point you have any questions at all, throw them at me. I'll do my best to answer them. Sometimes I might even make up the answers. But so feel free to join in. And don't worry, we'll definitely get liquid to lips at various occasions throughout the day. But guys, I'm gonna kick it off with a story, and that story takes place in Ireland, in the town of Tullamore. So I don't know, has anyone been to Ireland here? Yeah. Where'd you guys get to go? Or?
I was just there in March.
Okay.
And I did
Oh, okay. No, Irish whiskey is all good. I'm an Irish whiskey enthusiast. I'm a big fan. We do all Irish whiskey.
What the wiki net defined was there that says in the fictional town of Tullamore or something?
No, the Tullamore is real thing.
Well, there is a real Tullamore, but it wasn't at a different location. I think that they called it Tullamore.
This might be a occasion where I have to make up an answer. No. What about yourself? Where did you go?
Curie and Galway.
Great place. You can probably tell me more about Ireland than I can there. And yourself?
Oh, I did some business up in Belfast.
Okay.
Got in the car and followed the hood around the country.
Right, because I'm actually from near enough to where I grew up. I grew up in County Louth, which is right on the border with Northern Ireland, Southern Republic, from a little village called Termonfeckin, actually. So, when you're from Termonfeckin, you get a little bit of fun. Because, particularly because our local football team are called the Feckins. You can kind of guess what we got position called. The whole town, I promise you, I'm not making this up. The whole village, a village of 300 people, was named after Saint Feckin. Don't ask what his name was named after. But there's actually a family in Termonfeckin, and they're called the Ratton family. So it's R-A-T-H. It's an Irish surname. And they decided to name their firstborn son after the great thing. So his name is Feckin Rat. And to be fair to the guy, he's done pretty well as life. Maybe not the not so fortunate hand in death. So it's not going to hurt him. But guys, we'll get back to Tullamore Dew. I'm digressing. So if you don't enjoy this making, it's like but anyway, it's so the story of Tullamore Dew takes place in Tullamore, right in the centre, right in the heart of Ireland. For anyone who's not so good in their Irish geography, all you have to do is stick your big finger in the little map of Ireland, you found Tullamore. Easy, right? So there's the story's about a guy called Daniel E. Williams, and he was from Tullamore, and he went to work at the Tullamore distillery at the age of 14. So he's good educated, went to work there. At the time, the Tullamore distillery was owned by a guy called Bernard Daly. Now, Bernard Daly is more interested in traveling the world and meeting women, which is okay. But he wasn't all that interested in distilling. So Daniel E. Williams worked his way up the corporate ladder of the distillery from the age of 14, and at the young age of 25, he was promoted to head distiller, or general manager. So he was running the distillery. But he was a smart guy, and he had a number of businesses. He had a chain of 26 grocery stores, and basically he used all that money from those grocery stores to go on and buy the Tullamore distillery. When he did, he lent his initials to the whiskey. So the name of Tullamore Dew spent the town in Ireland, right in the heart of Ireland, and spent the managing through hard work and graft, went on to own his own distillery, and when he did, he lent his initials to the whiskey. So David Tullamore Dew is Daniel E. Williams, the man of the nation. And a lot of people think it's the beautiful moisture on the grass on a wet morning. So I'm sorry for kills that kind of romantic. So
So it's actually named after a Stanley Williams. So it's, well, from that moment, we've great slogans like "Give every man their due," you know, that kind of stuff. So there's a bit of added meaning behind it. So, but guys, we'll get around to tasting the whiskey as well. So I'm pretty serious about my whiskey, but I'm serious about toasting as well. So in Ireland, we're pretty good at toasting. Actually, in Ireland, we would say slosh it. You're right. It's Gaelic or Irish for cheers or health. You know, we don't really like saying cheers. Very English. We're a little bit rebellious. Maybe after 800 years of oppression, I don't know. You know, we just don't like saying cheers, so a lot of Irish people say squash it. In Tullamore, it's a little bit different. We have a different phrase. Well, quite a literal, simple people. We take glasses up. So we're quite descriptive when we say it. So I'll do a bit of a toast and we'll say glasses up at the end. We'll get into the change. But in terms of toasting, like, does anyone know the origin of the name toast? No. It actually comes from the practice of putting spiced or herb bread into your flavor. Medieval times. We're not going to do that tonight. We'll destroy our whiskey. So that's just a bit of background to it. Then you have all these other traditions, like you stand up when you toast. The reason you do that is a sign of respect to reveal any weapons you might be carrying. I'm okay, and, you know, someone describes these as